Howdy y'all, ready to put your clothing store back in the black this Q4? Did you know that's why they actually call it Black Friday? Most businesses are in the red throughout the year and then comes down to that magical time of the year where consumers spend more than they probably should and y'all benefit. These sales keep businesses alive and put them back into the black, which is a positive return on investment for the business. Now, make sure you stick around until the end because I'm gonna be sharing with you strategies we put into place for our clients and program members to help them double sales over any holiday or sales season. This video is about Black Friday or Cyber Monday and that sales season in Q4, but you can use this strategy for any major sale of the year for your business. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so number one is to start preparing early. This is a no-brainer, but it's one that needs to be brought up because you can never plan too far in advance. Well, maybe you can, but about 1 to 2 months out, you should know where you're going to advertise, what your offers or bundles are going to be, how much you're going to be spending, and how much you are projecting to make, right? Or what is your goal that you're projecting to make. There is a lot to figure out, so take the next week and start knocking all of this into place, right? Start to get everything into place. Do not worry though. Most people wait until November before they even think about their sale, let alone take action on those sales or put anything into place. And if you're one of those people who happens to come across this video when it's November or even later, it's okay. Continue on the video here. You can still have success, but you need to get to work now. That's the main thing, right? To take action now. People who start early but don't take action, right? And they never get anything running, that's almost worse. So quick recap just for you, right? You're going to need offers that worked well in the past, right? Hopefully you have some data from that from the previous 10 months or so. Prep your warm audience. We'll talk about that a little bit later, right? But how do we prepare our warm audience for the sales that are coming? And then make content specific for your sales. I think the last part of this too is, right, don't use this part to be stressful, right? Because you already probably have stuff with your family, you have other things going on, other commitments, right? So it's already a stressful time and then very stressful time for the business. So just sit back, relax, continue to do the things that have already worked, and then just follow this video and you should have a lot of success in what you're doing to grow your store, but also just have some fun. All right, before we cover number two and talk about building up your audience, I just wanted to say howdy. My name is Aaron. I'm one of the co-founders here at Bit Branding, and we are an e-commerce growth agency that specializes in helping clothing stores grow and scale profitably online. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the latest strategies for clothing stores. We drop new content just for you, you on the other side of the screen, every single week. All right, so number two is to build an audience now. Like literally the day you're watching this video, let's build that audience. Most businesses are going to ramp up spending about 2 to 3 weeks before the holidays, right? And this changes every year, but about 2 to 3 weeks, most businesses finally realize they should spend more money, which means the costs are going to rise dramatically. Why is that? Because more people spending money on the advertising platform means that there's more competition, which raises prices. So how do you still compete even if you don't have millions of dollars? So you start running ad campaigns early to get people into your ecosystem when the costs are cheaper, right? So if you spend before it's expensive, guess what? It costs less money. Here are 2 campaigns I would suggest building for your business. An add to cart campaign, and to get as many people as possible to add to cart. Ideally, you would start this about 4 weeks out from when your sales start. We would suggest still running broad. If you've watched any of our other videos, you'll know what I'm talking about, but still running broad as it gives you the best chance at success for the campaign. This is a once in the year type of situation where we would suggest to run an add to cart campaign. You should run this as a separate campaign from your DCT or your dynamic creative testing campaigns or prospecting campaigns. Check out some of our other ad videos for a better breakdown of DCT and prospecting. They'll be kind of like popping up over here in that corner, and you can go watch those videos too if you're wondering what the heck is that acronym, the DCT and the prospecting campaigns. Those are important. Just go ahead and bookmark those for later. Now, when it comes time for your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the sales, you should spend a good percentage of your budget to get back in front of the audience again, right? The larger your audience, the more budget you should put behind it, right, of your warmer audience. If you do not have a large warmer audience, then probably spend a little bit less there. We do not do this normally, right? This is completely out of the normal. This is a completely different type of video, right, than we would normally suggest. But during this time of the year, there is some magic in the air. I don't know, magic. And typically the conversion rate is going to be a lot higher. But now running to an ad audience, right? Running to an audience who has at least heard of you increases the chances of making more sales and ta-da, cutting your costs in half, right? So if they've heard of you before and then it goes into the fourth quarter and they're likely to convert and spend money that they do not have, right? You have a better chance of generating more sales. To clarify here, you absolutely must have a great product and an amazing offer. Without these, your ads are pretty much irrelevant, okay? So just completely want to make sure that it's clear. All right, before we get into these last two, I wanted to tell you about our free masterclass training that will walk you through the 5 pillars that you need to have in place for your online store to scale consistently and, here's the important part, profitably, no matter what is going on in the world. Now, make sure that you go check out the description in the link of this video for the free training so you can grow your clothing store. Number 3, ad examples. Let's jump over to the screen here. I'm gonna show you some ad examples. Okay, so we are over here on a Printful article. It's Black Friday, Cyber Monday marketing campaigns, deals that are going on right now for 2020, or I think this was from 2020 or 2021. Obviously, 2022 has not necessarily happened yet. There are some that are actually rolling some stuff out right now, but let's go ahead and look back here and just trends in general, right? What you are seeing is that almost every single one of them will show the percentage off. This ad actually doesn't do too much for me right here. This one right here for Black Friday savings, just straight up in your face, 30% off of everything. You'll see that the discount, the percentage, the offer is like stupid clear. Everything is very, very clear. Black Friday is here, 250 new arrivals, 30% off of everything, plus free shipping on orders of $50. Great offer. 70% off, up to 75% or up to 70% off of everything. Biggest deal ever. Want it, got it. Okay, kind of as far as like, I think tackiness there. Bath and Body Works, good example there. Let's see if we can find, here we go. All right, Technicolor Friday, 30% off of mini and menswear today only, right? So they're showing clothes in the background. There's not a whole bunch that's, you know, really crazy creative about this. It's just literally like 30% off, this point off, 30% off of women's wear continues, use code this, blah, blah, blah. 50% off of everything, includes sales and selected items. Beautiful holiday, our Christmas shop opens its doors to you. Chanel. So that's a good example. Here's another one. Instead of deals, 20% Black Friday online sales go to charity. Another good option here. But again, very clear in your face. This is our brand. It's very contrasting. Here's the percentage off, so you know exactly what you're gonna get, and then they just literally run with that offer. This one, I guess, was pretty popular on ConvertKit. Same thing here. So they're pulling up a lot of the same things. It's interesting. So ConvertKit must have copied Printful, vice versa. I didn't even notice that until just now. But anyway, this is what it is. Not anything crazy. So your normal designs, your normal graphics already available that you've already done, right? Just use that text on screen, tell them an amazing offer, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but nothing too fancy on the designs, right? We don't need to get something super creative. Maybe you do a reel, maybe you do a TikTok, but just at the end of the day, make sure that it's very, very, very specific on what the offer is so that people can take action and actually go through. Because remember, they're scrolling through and they're just looking for deals, right? That's what they're doing. They're hoping Facebook feeds them a deal, and hopefully your ad does that to catch their attention, and that's when you start to make some money. Also, I do have a bonus for y'all later, but before we jump into a winning offer, if you're enjoying this video, me and YouTube would thoroughly enjoy for you to hit that like button. It really does help us, and it means a lot. Oh, and if you guys did not know, it's free. And just for doing that, here is a picture of one of the best business books of all time that you should go read or listen to right here. All right, so number 4, how to set up a winning offer. There are several elements that make up a winning offer. Let's walk through a few of them. All right, so number 1, time sensitive. If it lasts forever, right, people will just say, I'll go back and look at it. If you've watched any of our previous videos, you remember that Dallas Mavericks shirt that I had, and then it was a Ninja Turtles, so Dallas Mavericks and Ninja Turtles, right? It wasn't time sensitive, it just said that it was available, right? So it never made me take action. So number 2, product quantity. So there are some, what are they? The pajamas. There's actually a pajama line company that we have been trying to get some pajamas in for a couple of years now. Last year there was some manufacturing issues, and then this year they decided to do something in July, and we were like, oh, we're gonna buy them super early in September, but they already sold out. So we already want to buy them. So whatever the price is, if it's, you know, reasonable, we're going to purchase them because the product quantity is lower and we just really want them. So product quantity, limitation of some sort, right? So like, you know, you can only do it within this like time period, or you know, can only do it whenever it's like these things line up, whatever kind of limitation there is, like putting things into a box to make it even better, right? So you get, you know, this $500, you know, t-shirt or outfit or pair of shoes or whatever that may be, but you must be a VIP member, or you must do this, or you must do that, right? Make them jump through a couple of holes, right, to make that possible. And the last thing is value stacking, which is completely underrated, right? So value stacking, just like how can you continue to make value for them? I'm gonna ask this question for Franklin off camera, but I'll tell you guys as well, right? So if I told you that I could give you this vintage Ferrari for $25,000, I'm sure that you would find a way to come up with that money because you know the value is much higher than that. So let's say I'm gonna give you this offer. I give you until the end of this week to come up with $25,000, but guess what? You find out this Ferrari is worth $500,000. Guess what? You would find a way to get that $25,000. Even if you didn't have the $25,000, you would find it that way, right? The same goes for your customers. When they are looking to buy your clothes, how can you make an offer so irresistible that they will pay for it no matter what? And for you guys, right, for a lot of you people, right, you have a price range between $30 to $100, $150. And so if you have an amazing offer, there's no way that they're not gonna find a way to make that happen. When you feel like your customers are stealing because the offer is so good, right, make sure you're profitable. We need to make sure you're profitable. But the offer is so good, that's when you know the offer is good enough to put out there, and you really can start to acquire new customers if you have a great offer, but also get the previous customers to come back to increase that lifetime value. Now, that may be for certain that you find a way to make that more money or to have a better offer, but one thing that is not for certain, right, our ads are not the same today as they were in 2020, and even part of 2021, ever since the iOS update that restricted a lot of data being passed back to Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, wherever it was at, right? There's not as much data. And for a period of time, we were flying blind just like you and everybody else until we found Triple Whale and we're finally able to see where ads attributed to which sales. So it came from Facebook, came from Instagram, came from SMS Bump or Klaviyo or wherever, where the sales came from so that we could double down on what worked and continue to grow. A lot of people are like, I don't care where it comes from, I just want sales. That's completely fine. But as you get to a certain level and you want to grow, right, you probably should know which ad worked so you can duplicate that. So this software will literally tell us what sales came in and where they came from. And the best part is it works for a ton of other tools as well, just like I just mentioned, right? So Google, Pinterest, Klaviyo, SMS Bump, etc. If you want to learn more about Triple Whale, check out the link in the description down below. Oh, P.S. If you use the code BITBRAINING, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give you 15% off. So go ahead and use that if you'd like. All right, also this is the bonus round. Just kidding, well kind of, no, it really is the bonuses. Use apps and tools to double your sales, right? This is very, very important to make sales successful and not push the sales forward, meaning you don't get all of the potential customers to purchase now and at the discounted price versus having them buy on their own time and without a discount, right? Basically, in short, we don't want them to buy in November and part of December and then just never buy from you again, or don't buy until like March, right? We need sales over time. So you need to care about two metrics that if you've watched our videos before, you know what I'm talking about. If not, if you've never seen a video before, you may not know, or you may know, doesn't matter, but let's cover them. Number one, AOV.
Aaron, what's AOV?
AOV is the average order value, or the total purchase amount for the average purchase when somebody comes there. So if two people go there and they both spend $50, the average order value is $50. If one comes there and spends 100 and another one spends 50, it's the average between those two numbers, and that is the number that Shopify or whatever platform you're using is showing is the average order value. This helps you get a good idea of how much you can spend to acquire a customer, because this tells you can spend X amount on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, and the purchase amount, as long as it is within a profitable range of your average order value, will tell you what that number is to be able to make purchase. And number two, LTV, lifetime value of your customer. There's a lot of different numbers that go into this, but we like to look at it as like a 30, 60, 90 days. So in 90 days, what is the total amount of money that one customer will spend with you on average? So if they purchase, their average order value is $50, but you know that in 90 days, they're gonna spend 200 or 300, that will be the lifetime value of that customer over a 90-day period. Some people like to do 12 months or 10 months or whatever that life cycle is, but for us, and this purpose in this video of what we're explaining here is like 30, 60, 90. When do you get your money back? When is the lifetime value of the expiration ending? So it's just the total amount of money that somebody spends for you over the life cycle of that customer. The app, number one, right? One-click upsell, which is what we highly suggest. It allows 4 different opportunities to increase your average order value. So including a pre-sale, an upsell, a downsell, and a cross-sell. We've seen this increase our partners' order values by an average of $10 per order, which adds thousands to the store every single month. The second app not only builds your brand and almost doubles your lifetime value for every customer who purchases, right? This tool is called Comment Sold and is a 21st century version of QVC, giving you the ability to sell products using live video and social media. It's so easy for potential customers to buy, and all they have to do is register one time and simply comment the word sold in an item that they number, right? So they said sold 102 and it starts to process their order over on Shopify. You can also use Comment Sold's normal like native platform as well. So this saves you tons of hours on invoicing and back and forth messages. One-click upsell is linked in the description and it's super easy to get started. If you're wanting to learn more about Comment Sold, just comment the word sold, literally, and we'll send you a private link that will give you a white glove onboarding experience. Most people who sign up with Comment Sold take weeks to get started because they are so backlogged with the amount of people who want to join that software because it is so amazing. But with this link that I'll send over to you, get a personalized and prioritized experience because we have partnered with them. One-click upsell, we do not get anything from that. They don't create partners or anything. There's great software from it. Comment Sold, we have become partners with them. However, we don't really get a kickback or anything from it. It's just really going to be a big piece for you. Now, if you liked this video, then you're going to love this video right here where I talk about the Facebook ad strategies that work right now for your clothing store. So make sure you go watch it right here next. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day and an awesome Q4.